Welcome to the Silent Revolution, where the people aren't silent anymore. Creamer Cats TV.
If you like old movies, then please subscribe to my channel. And don't forget to click the like button to preserve our movie heritage for future generations. Hello YouTubians and internet adventurers, I have an extremely rare treat for you today. I've spent years hunting and tracking down these extremely scarce cards from card fairs and auctions throughout the country and condensed that down to just this short video. I hope you enjoy it and please rate my video so I can show you lots more rarities in the future. Thank you. These original, nearly 100-year-old movie trade cards are the result of two information revolutions rolled into one, the cinema and the printing press. What better way to pay your respects to these early movie pioneers than by uploading a video of them on the next in line to the information throne, YouTube? Well, it is widely believed that nearly 90% of the internet will be video in the not too distant future. This is a very rare series of trade cards issued in 1914, the same year that World War I started, one of the most bloodthirsty wars in the history of mankind. In this series you will find very scarce cards of movie pioneers such as Mary Pickford, who doesn't just appear once but also appears twice. And also you'll find Charlie Chaplin's early associates and comedic legends Mabel and the fantastic Fatty Arbuckle. You will also come across Charlie Chaplin's greatest inspiration, the comic genius Max Linder, who had been largely forgotten for years. The wonderful thing about these cards is that they were actually obtained from 1910s movie theatres when you purchased Moffat confectionery, or sweetmeats as they were known in those days. Similar to the way that you would purchase your popcorn today before the movie commenced. How cool is that? When you consider that these cards feature some of the earliest movie stars ever, who were around years before Charlie Chaplin stepped in front of a camera, and how these stars helped shape and mould our popular culture, giving birth to the celebrity-obsessed world we live in today, and the age of consumerism, you'd be surprised to learn that these cards aren't hugely expensive at the moment, despite the fact that it's like mission impossible trying to get hold of them. I was at one of the largest annual card fairs recently, and absolutely no one had any of these particular cards, despite the fact that some of the world's top card dealers were there. Okay, these cards are much dearer than your average 1930s or 1920s movie star cards, but compared with, say, baseball cards, they are incredibly reasonably priced at the moment, and chart the rise of cinema, one of the greatest information revolutions since the invention of the printing press itself. We know who was the first man on the moon, and we even know about half-witted monsters that roamed the earth millions of years ago, and yet, remarkably, few of us know who the first movie star was who popularised what we watch every day. Well, here she is, Florence Lawrence, featured on one of the earliest movie star cigarette cards. The moving picture was invented years before this, but the early studios were reluctant to credit their early actors for fear that they would demand more money, and that's why you won't find any movie actors mentioned on the earliest movie posters. But this changed when Imp Studios tried to lure Lawrence away from Vitagraph Studios. They struck up a deal where Lawrence would be promoted in her own right, giving birth to the first ever movie star in the world. It's interesting that as our modern world speeds up and floods our minds with more and more information, we risk forgetting what made it all happen in the first place, and stepping back and seeing the bigger picture. Us humans have been on the earth for hundreds of thousands of years according to the scientists, and yet things have only really taken off in the last 0.5% of our existence on the Earth? Just a few hundred years. Is it purely coincidence that these coincide with information revolutions such as the printing press and cinema, which gave people aspirations and dreams? Trade cards like these are really important because nearly 80% of the original silent movie reels have long since crumbled away due to them being stored on a highly unstable material called nitrocellulose. In fact, in many cases, all that survives of these early movie pioneers are humble ephemera, collectibles and trade cards like these, despite the fact that they are a relatively simple form of mass media with origins dating back to Gutenberg's printing press. And as I mentioned earlier, Max Linder was largely forgotten for years and years, and yet now he is revered as a legend. So, the intrepid Indiana Joneses of the future will find these incredibly useful in piecing together our modern world, years after most other forms of technology have fallen into disrepair. That makes you think about our current technology and how fragile and fickle it is. Of course, big corporations don't mind because they can keep selling us new products each week, despite the fact that at the next breath the mass media pleads with us to recycle more to save the planet. But us antique collectors have been recycling the past for centuries anyway, by definition. So I guess that makes us the original eco-heroes. Thank you for watching my video of this scarce series of early movie cards. Please feel free to check out the largest collection of videos of the earliest movie trade cards in the world on my channel. Thanks for watching. And don't forget to come along to my card museum at creamofcards.com.
Oh no! I'm afraid we've run out of time. But just before you go, please leave thumbs up below. And if you'd like to see more amazing video clips like this,
subscribe to the channel
by clicking on the icon up in the sky.
A Cream of Cards TV.